In this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of understanding and embracing God's design for men and for women, and subsequently for the unique roles that men and women play in society. This video is going to encourage you. It may very likely challenge some of us, and I know it's going to rock all of us up for Jesus. Rocking you up for Jesus Christ with classic-style hard rock music and practical Bible teaching. God created humankind, male and female, both bearing His image. Each sex has unique characteristics and roles that complement each other.
If you were to diagram the way a typical man processes information in life, it actually looks like the top of a waffle. There's a bunch of boxes, all those boxes are separated from one another by walls, and the way we as men operate is the first issue in life goes in the first box, second issue goes in the second box, third issue goes in the third box, and so on. And we as men, we spend time in one box at a time, and one box only. So when a man is at work, he literally is at work. And when a man is out in the yard shoveling snow or doing yard work, he is out in the yard doing yard work. And for part of your life, this single focus that men bring is really valuable. Part of our family life needs that single focus that I easily come to life with. And the workplace, the church, the community, all needs that single focus that men naturally bring to life. But you ladies just don't process like a waffle.
Right. Social scientists say men compartmentalize and women integrate, but nobody really talks like that. Mm-hmm. We women have more connections between the two sides of our brain hemispheres.
Actually, more physical connections between the two sides of the brain.
Mm-hmm. So if you look at the way our mind works, it looks much like one noodle laying on a plate of spaghetti. If you follow that noodle around that plate, it looks like it touches pretty much every other noodle on the plate. And that's the way we women process life, is we travel through life making emotional connections to the people and things that matter most to us. So by nature, we're really great at multitasking, or sometimes it's called toggle tasking, jumping from thing to thing to thing. And we can be on the phone with our friend and at the same time we're writing our Christmas card list and our grocery list and our to-do list for our husband and our 6 kids. Those are telling the kids in sign language to quit fighting. Can't you see I'm on the phone? We have a load in the washer, a load in the dryer. We're cooking dinner and we can open and shut the oven door with our foot, right, ladies?
Amazing.
This distinction is not a mere coincidence. God intentionally designed men and women uniquely for a purpose. As men, we're called to embrace our masculinity and to step into and fulfill roles in society that require physical strength and leadership. Whether that's being a godly father to our children, protecting and providing for our families, or taking on those jobs within society that require physical strength.
Women have 2 X chromosomes, men only have 1. That's why all men, they look like they got dressed at the Salvation Army. Because we only see the rainbow. We don't see chartreuse. Mauve, that's just watered down. What? Mauve, that's what? We don't see colors women see. That's why men really don't dress real sharp. It's just rare. Why? 2 different chromosomes. God made us totally different. That's why I'll wear the same clothes 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row. I like it. You got the same, I like this color. You know about another color? No. I remember for years when I was a school administrator, I wore a navy bandolon and beige pants every day, 5 days a week. I loved it. I had several pants, several shirts, but it's the same deal. You wore that yesterday. No, this is new. I just like this color. Men like to sleep on the same side of the bed, eat off the same plate, drink out of the same coffee cup. Don't mess with my stuff. We like stability. We like that. Women have 180-degree peripheral vision. Men have long-range vision. 4 times more men are broadsided in an accident than women. You know why? They can't see it coming. That's why when you're in the car with your husband, he's driving. That's why women will drive the husband. Watch out! Look out! Here, guys, shut up. Woman, didn't come close. He didn't see it. But men have better long-range vision. That's why men make better night drivers. They're much more safe record driving at night. They have long-range vision. They're hunters. God designed men to hunt. They see far away much better. That's why men can't see things right in front of them. They can't find their keys, their billfold, their socks in the drawer, their underwear. Like, hey, where'd you put my socks? They're right in front of you. No, they're not. I'll look. No, they're right there. And I tell men, when you do that, if you see she said they're there and you're not, just back up from the drawer a little bit. All right, there they are. They're right there.
God intentionally designed men and women uniquely for a purpose. Notre Dame is not going to recruit a female to play line on their football team. That's not a slam against a woman. Men are built physically stronger, and there are certain jobs that we need to step into and just embrace that. It's not a competition. There's a whole bunch of things, and we'll get to it in a second, that women do so much better than men. But men need to embrace their masculinity, man, and step into those jobs and use the strength that God gave them to take on tasks and roles within society that strength can benefit. And women are beautifully designed by God to fulfill maternal, caring roles in ways that men just aren't. Their nurture and compassionate nature is a gift from God that enables them to impact lives, generally speaking, in ways that men just can't. As mothers, daughters, sisters, and friends, they bring a balance and a tenderness that is essential for healthy families and communities. It's weird, we live in a world that is sensitized as so much to any speech that draws distinction between men and women, even though the differences are obvious to people who use these things called eyes, right? Anytime we begin to talk like this, all these red flags go off, like, oh, can he really say that?
Men have focus disease. We like to do one thing at a time. Had a funny thing. Dad was working on a doorknob thing one time, had his tools out on Saturday. Mom thought, well, dear God, he's going to fix something. Thank God. And she just went up and said, hey, honey, since you got your toolkit out, when you're through that doorknob, I got a leaky faucet back in the bathroom. Well, he just said, well, you let me finish this, I'll get to it. Now, what happened? Did he get mad? No, you jerked him out of his doorknob mailbox and tried to put him in the leaky faucet mailbox. He's hanging out in midair. Ladies, need to remember, God made you smarter than him to help him.
I'm telling you what, when I hang out with my wife, I am so thankful for the nurturing mother that she has been to our children, and they have benefited so much from her care and her tenderness and her sensitivity. It's not that I'm not tender or whatever, but I was the guy out playing the game or roughhousing or anytime there was a need for sternness and those kinds of things. Kids need the nurture and they need the strength. And men and women together bring that. As I have come up through life, I am so grateful for the tenderness and nurture, that strength of character that my grandmother had and that my aunt had and that my wife has. That has shaped my life, but they've approached and worked in my life in such a nurturing, maternal, strong way that has had this beautiful ministering effect in my life. I'm also thankful for the strength of men like Bucky Buckhart. He was a gym teacher I had at Highland, and my uncle Maury, who was just such a strong example of masculinity and strength and godliness. And I could list many, many more. My father was a great example of that too. And I've benefited from both. And I hope you've had examples of both of those in your life too. Men and women, godly masculine men and nurturing godly women. They bring a balance to our society and to our families that is essential.
Men's conversations are short and direct. Women, when they want something, they hint at it. Niece and I went for a drive one fall morning. Help me remember this, niece. Fall morning, got some bagels, cream cheese, some coffee. Beautiful morning, Sykes, Missouri. Got somebody watching the kids. We're just driving through, looking at the fall colors, having a great time. Got some time alone. All of a sudden, she said, hey, Joe, would you like to stop and get some more coffee? No, had plenty, though. Appreciate you asking. I really appreciate that. 30 minutes later, she's not talking. I said, you okay? I'm fine. Well, dear God, what happened to you? Nothing. You just been yourself. I'm driving. What is? Well, she wanted some coffee. You didn't say you wanted some coffee. You asked if I wanted some coffee. I don't want no coffee.
I think it's super important for us to understand that men and women in their roles, they're not in competition. They're designed and intended to work together in harmony. That's why phrases like mom and dad, husband and wife, brother and sister, they just go together. Grandma and grandpa, all of those. When we understand and embrace this, families flourish and communities thrive. Men and women working together reflect the image of God more fully, and they contribute to a healthier, more balanced world. As Christian metalheads, we have a unique opportunity to champion God's design for men and women within our own families, in our circle of friends, and beyond. Let's be intentional about living out God's truths in these areas of our lives and helping the world around us understand and see the beauty of God's design, His unique design for men and women, loving one another, and the awesome impact that has on making our families and our communities and our world a better place. Leave your comments below, man. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this subject. If you love this video, I know that you'll enjoy one of these over here as well. Check them out. Keep your eyes on Jesus, and I'll catch you in the next video.